So now we're up to 8C, which is arithmetic sequence application. So how you can actually use arithmetic sequences in different contexts and in real life. So let's look at the first sort of example that we have up here. It's asked us to find the nth term. Now that might seem really weird, that the nth term, n isn't a number. N might be something that changes for us. So if we're asked to find the 40th term, n would be 40. If we're asked to find the 50th term, n would be 50. Now, do you see how, let's just look at this first one here. This starts at 2 and it goes up by 2 every single time, so the common difference is 2. But it's going to take us ages to keep writing out all these numbers to find the 40th term. That's annoying. And look at this one. We start with the first term of 3. We're going up by 4 each time, so the common difference is 4. Find the 50th term. We're going to have to keep writing these numbers out. Even with our calculator doing that thing that I showed you before, it's still really annoying. And you're probably going to get mixed up because there's that many numbers there. So to kind of combat that or help you out, there's this rule here. So this can help us find whatever term that we want. If we want the 100th term, we'd write 100 there. If we wanted the 1,000th term, we'd put 1,000 in there. Okay. So it was, as we can see, it's got a few different things in there. It's got Tn, it's got A, N, and D. I'll explain what each of those are just here. So Tn is the value of the nth term. So that's normally what we're going to be trying to find out. So we're trying to find out what this is. A is the value of the first term, so we put that in there. D is the common difference, we'd be putting that in there. And N is the number term that we want. So if we want the 100th term, we'd put 100 in there as well. All right, let's go down and have a go at the first one. So we are going to be using this formula. And I've written it there for us so we can easily use it. All right, so we've got this sequence here. It's asked to find T20, which is the 20th term in the sequence. So we just need to work out what all these things are. So we're after T20, that's what's going to go in there. We want A, which is the value of the first term. We can see that that's 15. So I'll put 15 in there. We want D, which is the common difference. We can see that it's going up by 5 each time. So the common difference is 5. And N. Now we want term 20. So our N number is 20. All we need to do is get all this info and chuck it into this formula here. So instead of Tn, we want T20. Our first term was 15. So we're just plugging those numbers in. Our N value that we want is 20. And then we times it by the common difference, which we worked out was 5. So we can work out that T20 is, you guys can put this straight into your calculator. I don't have my calculator here right now, so I'll just try to do it by hand. So that should be 95. So the 20th term is going to be 110. And we'll be done. Alright, let's go to the next question here. So you'll see that this is an actual real life sort of question. The one before, we're just sort of playing with numbers. But this one here is something that might happen to you or other people in real life. So we've been given a scenario here, which I'll read through, and then we'll answer these couple of questions too. So the cost of an Uber starts at $3, and then you're charged an additional $1 for every minute that you're in that Uber. Find a rule for the cost of an Uber for n minutes. Okay, so let's think about this. So if you start with $3, costing $3, the first term in your sequence is going to be 3. And then if you're adding $1 each time, that means each minute, the next minute's going to be 4, the next minute's going to be 5, 6, and so on. That'll keep going. So from that info there, I've worked out that our first term, A, is 3, and our common difference is 1. Alright, find a rule for the cost of an Uber. Now, we had a rule just before when it comes to sequences, which is just this one here. So I'm going to write that one down again for us to use. right? So we don't know what n is. It's us to find the rule for n minutes. So n's going to stay the same. So we can leave tn like that, but we do know the first term, which is a, which is 3. So we can put that in there. Again, we don't know what n is, so we can leave it like that. But we know the common difference is d. So we would change, well, the common difference is 1. So we change that d to 1. So this here is actually our rule that's going to help us find the cost of an Uber for however many minutes. So this next part, B here, we're going to use that rule. So how much would it cost for a 45-minute trip? Okay, so that means we want the 45th term. No, we want the 46th term because initially the first terms are going to be 3, and then we're going to add 1 each time. So that first term is actually how much it costs for 0 minutes. So we want 46 minutes. So we can use our rule that we had here. 3 plus, except this time n's 46. There we go. So we just need to work this one out. Now again, you can use your calculator, but I don't think we're going to need to for this one because it is going to be 3 plus 46 minus 1 is 45. 45 times 1 is 45. So it's going to cost us $48. And that would be our answer, and that's it. Have a go at those questions now, guys. Let me know if you need a hand.